It was another disaster this midweek for Scottish football, despite Aberdeen's point that gives them the slightest bit of hope of making it through to the last 24 of the Conference League. But we have to go all the way back to Tuesday. This is actually a day we did not preview. We were late to the party yet again, but the next match day 5, match day 4 of the Conference League, we will be back on Tuesday prior to the kickoffs, talk about these Champions League games. But the fact of the matter is this: if we had a Scottish team in here, we'd be talking about it. The preview would be up. You lose a bit of interest when there's not one of them in there. Anyway, Napoli, Frankfurt 0-0. Shockeroonie. Arsenal beat Slavia Prague 3-0. 8 clean sheets in a row. 10 wins in a row. Arsenal are going well. Bayern beat PSG. Liverpool beat Real Madrid. Again, a little bit surprising, but Liverpool's actually been alright. In Europe, it's the league where they've been rotten. Atletico won. Tottenham won 4-0. Bodo Glimt lost to Monaco. And that's pretty much it for Tuesday. Not an awful lot happening now. This was the two kickoffs at 5:45, by the way. Quarterback 2, Chelsea 2. Quarterback were winning. Late goal got Chelsea a draw. And then Paphos won, Villarreal 0. So I don't ever want to hear, oh, but we're taking on Roma. We're taking on Midtjylland. We're taking on this team. It's fucking embarrassing how bad our teams are, by the way, when it comes to Europe. And I don't care what anybody says. See, when you look at the Aberdeen, the Hibs and the Hearts team right now, and yeah, Hearts are flying high, but last year in Europe they were abysmal. When you look at the three teams outside the top two, I would argue, man, that this is as strong that those three have been together at the same time in absolute decades. Honestly, someone even attempt to challenge that. I think Dundee United are looking really strong as well, and there's other strong teams in the league. So I don't know what happens. I think it's just it's Rangers for a while there doing well with the coefficient, but now we're joining the collective fucking bottle job that is known as Scottish football in Europe. Because when Paphos can beat Villarreal in Quarterback and get a draw against Chelsea, I mean, Karat Almaty took Inter to a 2-1 draw at the San Siro. Or no, sorry, a 2-1 draw, a 2-1 defeat. But you know, they were in the game is what I'm getting at here. So, pisses me off. It pisses me off. But yeah, crazy results there. Moving on to City beat Dortmund 4-1. No surprise. And then Ajax lost 3-0 to Galatasaray. I actually bet Ajax, so shows you how much I know. Moving into the tables though, as you can see, you've got Bayern and Arsenal. Inter at the top. Arsenal haven't even conceded a goal in the Champions League. Inter have only conceded one. The Karat Almaty. Funny how that works. City and PSG up the top as well. And down to the bottom, you've got the likes of Ajax and Benfica. How the mighty have fallen. But again, I asked the question, where would Rangers and Celtic be if they were in this? Rock bottom, obviously. I mean, Celtic at least get the claim, though. They've got 4 points in the Europa League. We've got nothing. The scores would have been petrifying in the Champions League. Don't even want to think about it. Moving on to the only day that matters, and we've got the only guy that matters on this channel, Jambo Bear.
Hello.
How did Thursday treat you? How did yesterday treat you?
It's a bad day for Scottish football, isn't it? Let's be honest. Move on. Thursdays have been ruined.
Don't we just move on to the Conference League? Just gloss over the shitey orange competition.
That is the only thing really worth talking about here. But yeah, European football used to be... I'm not going to say we were ever great in Europe, but we used to represent ourselves pretty well. You'd Rangers getting to the final, getting to the latter stages. Last year, you'd Celtic putting in some good performances, driving Bayern Munich close. Even last year, you'd Hearts picking up a couple of wins in the Conference League. And this year, it's been the opposite of that. It's been Rangers looking like the worst team that's ever entered the Europa League. Aberdeen, no guarantee that they'll find a win. I mean, Hearts had 6 points after 2 games. This campaign, Aberdeen had no points after 2 games. And Celtic are in a competition less, and I think they've got less points now than they did last year in the Champions League.
Absolutely, would have had to.
I think they did 7 or 5, 7 I think.
Well, they beat Atlanta, and they beat Bratislava, and they beat...
I think they drew Atlanta, mate.
They drew Atlanta, they beat Leipzig, they beat Bratislava, and that team, and they lost to Dortmund 7-1. 7-1 by the way. 7-1.
That's almost as bad as 9-1 on aggregate. But
I'd argue it's worse.
So, I mean, you know, at this point last year, Celtic were in the better competition and doing better, had more points, so just a disaster all round, isn't it? But don't worry, soon we'll be talking about the domestic stuff where Hearts are ruling the roast.
That's for the tomorrow morning, but as for tonight, alright, tonight is the night, as Dexter Morgan would say, but Midtjylland put Celtic on the table and added another blood slide here because it was a demolition. For Midtjylland, could have lost by more. Celtic, the 3-1 flatters them. I'm not saying they'll take it, but also the Green Brigade have been banned. Thoughts on that? Does that help you? Remember the last time they were banned? Hearts won at Celtic Park.
I don't think we need them banned, to be honest.
But it helps. Less atmosphere.
I like that atmosphere.
3-game ban. So yeah, because they were battering police and someone like a match day official or something.
And our fed on this was made when?
Earlier.
That's alright then. Well, I mean, I was going to defend them, but I didn't know that, so if that's the case, then fuck them.
Well, yeah, 100... Celtic released a statement saying 100 or so members of the Green Brigade verbally assaulted and physically attacked 2 members of police and someone who was going around inspecting tickets. And it's been caught on camera. And I mean, this isn't something where it's like they're just being accused. If the club's coming out and banning them, and the police are wanting witnesses, and there's CCTV floating about, it looks like it's bang to rights. And what I would say is, surely if that turns out to be true, which it looks like, a 3-game ban's inadequate. Really, I think if you go around battering people, I think a 3-game ban's fucking. Now here, they've gave a 3-game ban to the Green Brigade.
We've seen people get lifetime bans for being physical at games, so...
Yeah, no, but you can get...
I guess they can't pinpoint exactly who's doing it. Is that the...
I think that's the stumbling block here, but point is, they've banned the Green Brigade for 3 games, but I think whoever they find doing the physical...
The individuals will be banned for life?
I would assume so.
I mean,
more than 3 games.
Well, I'm sure it wasn't all the Green Brigade, so...
No, it wasn't, but...
I mean, I guess it sucks. Sometimes it's one of those cases where the company that you're in, they kind of drag you down. But well,
I've been dragged down by a company before.
I've been dragged down by the coefficient this year. Well, that sucks. But here, hopefully it doesn't happen again.
No, we don't want that. But anyway, Midtjylland battered Celtic, so we'll move on. Stone Graz 0, Forest 0. Surprised by that. I had a bet on my money on Nottingham Forest, but I didn't. Stone Graz played 3 British teams, beat Rangers, drew with Forest, and got beat by Celtic 2-1, close game. They took that probably when those 3 games got announced for them. Rangers 0, Roma 2, utterly embarrassing. I've already ranted and raved on this. Kevin Tellwell's picking the team, but you think he should still stay in the job, so that's alright then.
Is he picking the team, aye?
Apparently, aye.
Yeah,
well, I don't think he's picking the entire team, but I think he's picking 1 or 2. You can guess who they are.
I'm not saying I agree with him.
It makes sense,
but you can almost see why, when you've spent that much money on a player, if he just sits on the fucking bench, well, don't get me wrong, he's shite, so his value's plummeted already, but I can almost see why they would want Shermity to play to try and almost rescue his value.
You love an analogy, right? So I'm going to give you an analogy. Say this is a Gordon Ramsay 5-star Michelin restaurant, right? And someone orders something, but they don't order the most expensive thing. Is it right for the chef to just make the expensive thing for them? Because, well, we're losing out on money if we don't get rid of that. No, it's not. You fucking give them what they ordered. And what we ordered is good football. And Yusuf Shermity is shite. And there should be a blanket around him. Horse analogy. So, there you go. That's a good analogy.
It is, but I would argue that restaurants would kind of know the quantities that they need to order.
Alright, well, Kevin tell. I would say a restaurant didn't do that and they ordered too much and they went over budget. Should the restaurant owner or the finance manager get repercussioned?
No, it's different because what would probably happen is they'd probably go, oh shit, we've got a load of this and not enough people to buy it, so we'll offer it as a special and we'll do a discount on it.
Well, Rangers are probably going to offer a discount on
Shermity. Well, there you go.
There we go, we got there.
Right.
Right, I mean, we're talking about 5-star Michelin Rangers at the minute are fast food. Shite.
Aye, not even a good, not even like a McDonald's, man. You're talking like a Burger King at this rate.
I don't mind Burger King though.
Yeah.
I think Burger King's alright. Nah, Burger King's alright. I'm not having that.
No.
Yeah, this is like McDonald's at night when you're getting the leftovers that were made 9 hours ago. That's what it feels like. And Aston Villa beat Maccabi Tel Aviv. But a drama at that game beforehand. Any thoughts on that?
No.
Moving on, league table.
I mean, it wasn't right that they were not allowed to go to the Midlands, but I mean, kind of know why.
Yeah, Keir Starmer, he wasn't very happy they weren't allowed. It's like, it's not like you're the Prime Minister or anything, buddy. You know what I mean? It's like, you can do something about
Who
it.
actually sanctioned that?
I don't know. I need to look into it. I think it might have been like the government, like the police or something. But here, Maccabi Tel Aviv fans have caused trouble across Europe, so it's not just an isolated incident. We've seen it across the board. Like Marseille fans have been banned. Frankfurt fans got banned at Aberdeen a couple of years ago. Hell, I mean, Rangers and Celtic fans, I'm assuming, have been banned at one point. It's just, it happens. But yeah.
Well, Russia have been banned altogether, like, so.
Well, they have. Yeah,
Maccabi Tel Aviv should thank themselves a wee bit lucky, like, shouldn't they? I mean, look at Russia.
It's all about what side of the fence you're on.
Thrown under the fucking bus.
Yeah, I know.
And for what?
For what? To help us in the coefficient.
Well, they're still doing alright, by the way. I think that they're still above Ireland for this season.
They were. I seen that. Will we, though? Don't think we will be much longer.
I don't know. Probably not.
Right. Rangers sit 36th. Less about that, the better.
Last.
Yep.
Dead last. No one below them.
Celtic sit 27th.
35 teams in front of them.
Well, put it this way, folks. Rangers are 5 points off 24. So. I mean, here. Win your next couple of games. Nah, it's over. I can't even make a case for it, man. Because it's alright saying win your next couple of games, but when you've lost 7 European games in a row, are you going to really win your next 3? Probably not. Moving on to the Conference League. Alright, we've got, what have we got in here? Right, I think this result sums up where we are. AKA Athens won, Shamrock Rovers won, late goal by Athens to snatch a draw, Aberdeen lost 6-0. To me, it sums up how bad our clubs are being ran, how bad the TV deal is, just how bad across the board things have become, because no one can tell me that the Electricity League is better than our league, because it's not. It'd be a fucking lie to suggest so. But I think what we're seeing is football move on. We're getting to see, like the Jamestown Analytics, for example, and this isn't me just bigging up Hearts, but we are seeing clubs like Hearts, Union St Galossa, even take Midtjylland for example, because they've got a budget the fifth of like Celtic. We're seeing clubs that are well run, but are just generally smaller than other clubs doing much better. And I think what we are seeing is just gross negligence across the board. For all
Negligence, I agree. It's garbage.
Like, because you can't tell me that Shamrock Rovers have got a better team than Aberdeen to draw one each way Athens and Aberdeen to lose 6-0. It's just, no, Aberdeen have actually got internationals across the board. And they've got players worth money.
Why is that? Why do you think it is?
Why?
Why do Irish teams seem to perform better than, let's say, the third best team in Scotland? What's the one reason?
I genuinely couldn't tell. I think it's just, to hazard a guess, I think we are not making the most of our finances and resources. Even though I think the teams are alright. I think Aberdeen, Hearts and
I disagree with that, because that would suggest that you believe then on paper Shamrock Rovers have did much better with a smaller budget and that they've got better squads than like say Aberdeen and Hearts, and I don't think they do.
No, but I know they don't. But I'm trying to think.
So therefore, I don't think you can really just. I don't think you. Well, in that case, I don't think it's fair to go off finances.
So what do you think?
Because finances would suggest that, well, Aberdeen's not spent their money correctly, and it would all be like similar to Rangers. Well, Rangers wasted all their money and got a shite squad. I look at the squads that Aberdeen and Hearts have, and I can't sit here for 1 minute and say that they've got weaker squads than what Shamrock Rovers do. Now, listen, do we watch Shamrock Rovers every single week? No. Is there maybe a little bit of ignorance there? Possibly. I think when you're not watching a nation,
could it just be a coincidence
every week
as well that Jimmy Tillin is absolute mince?
Yeah, but then, I mean, I suppose, but I mean, look at a few years ago when Motherwell got knocked out the thing by it was at Cork, and then a few years before that, you had Kilmarnock getting knocked out by Connor Quay Nomads. Here, these are embarrassing fucking results.
No, they are.
And I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, Connor Quay Nomads have done well on you, but I think for at least the last few seasons, I think Irish teams have done very respectable in Europe.
No, they have. But I mean, you've even got the likes of Lincoln.
Even in the qualifying rounds.
Lincoln Red Imps drew 1 each with Rijeka.
Who was the team that beat that Turkish side?
Aye, Basic Shear.
Aye.
Aye.
I mean, Hearts played them.
Yeah.
And lost 4-0.
No, but I can't really put my finger on it, right? Because at least with Rangers this season, you can say, well, they've just completely and utterly wasted the money. But then you look at Hearts. But then that's Hearts last year with Neil Critchley. Could it just be a coincidence of shite managers and shite circumstances? Rather than, if say Hearts were in this Conference League with this team at this point in time, where would you be expecting this Hearts team to finish?
I'd say pushing top 8.
Yeah, it obviously depends on the fixtures. But
People can say, oh, you're talking shite, but no, I disagree, because this is a Hearts team that, well, I'll put it this way, if Celtic and Rangers were in this, I think they'd be expecting easily top 8. If not, trying to push for the top spot. Hearts right now are pushing ahead of both of them in the league. So no, I think we should be top, but minimum, see if Hearts were in this Conference League, I don't even think that non-qualification would be crossing my mind. That wouldn't even seem like a possibility.
Even with Aberdeen's fixtures, because they have been a bit tough.
No, I think the way Hearts are playing, no, I'd expect
Fair enough. Right, Aberdeen 0 with Larnaca. Good result in the end, I guess. And Shelbourne lost 1-0 to Drita. Palace won 3-1 against AZ Alkmaar. Here is your league table. Aberdeen get themselves off the foot of the table. And they're still behind Shamrock Rovers and Shelbourne. I mean, I guess what you would say is, see, to be fair, right, Aberdeen have got a much harder draw than both Shelbourne and Shamrock Rovers, but they've got a much better team. I just don't know what's going on. And it's all right comparing us to Shelbourne, right, and Shamrock Rovers, even though we're much better. Forget about the atrocity. Like, look at all the other leagues across Europe. Look at the leagues that we're close with in the coefficient. See their teams outside, like their big 1 or 2. They deliver. We need the other teams to deliver. Hearts last year, no excuse not to get through. Just had to beat fucking Petro Cub at home. Couldn't do it.
That was embarrassing, but I just don't really see any world where we wouldn't beat them this year.
True. Right, I'm going to leave it there, folks. That's it for the European Review Show. Tomorrow, SPFL preview show. So, aye. And then it's Steve Clark. Oh, whiskey bar.